Hello, welcome back to the history of PCLinuxOS part 2 with me, Simply Linux. Hello, good evening. We're going to start off with the 2011 ISO, but I still need to make a couple of changes. I may actually leave that, and if it doesn't boot to a DIY, I will change it afterwards. So anyway, we'll go scavenging for the ISO, and I'm after 2011, and I found a September KDE version of 2011, and we'll open that. And I do want to show the splash screen and so on. And we have here the splash screen, which is a nice silver background. We also have different functions underneath for different resolutions, etc. It is set itself for 800 by 600, it seems. I'm not sure whether I could run a guest editions inside this, but I am going to try anyway. This is another 32-bit install, and I have left the graphics, as I said earlier, as SVGA for NVIDIA, so not for NVIDIA, for VirtualBox. So we'll see how if it boots into the GUI. Well, it did resize, that's always a good start. And I will choose the UK keyboard here. Again, I think this was using, I don't think KDE 5 was out by 2011. So I'm assuming we're back onto Plasma, KDE 4, not Plasma at all. Although it was the precursor to it. And you can see it comes up with a pop-up now, using either YAD or Zenity, telling me the username and password for the guest account, as well as the root account. We'll have a quick look over here. We also have the network up. Yes, we do. So you can see that recently used applications was Mozilla Firefox. So looks like on this version it wasn't cleared from the recently used applications, but we'll have a look at what version we got on Firefox first with this, and it was 6.0.2 at this point, coming along nicely. And of course we got the Australis going on here. We'll close the tabs and we'll have a look in Dolphin. And we'll go to help and about on KDE, see which version of KDE we were on. And it's 4.6.5 on this version. And we still have the Oxygen theme going there. A nice piece of Linux wallpaper. It's one of my favourite wallpapers, apart from the dark black one. So, let's have a look around more applications. We got configuration, of course. We have the ATI Catalyst Control Center, so it came with the ATI graphics already on board. Of course, we've got other stuff as well there, including the install. Under sound, we swapped to Clementine this time with KMix and the KSCD audio player. We have TV Time television viewer and VLC. We'll load up VLC and see how old Mr. VLC is. And we'll just go help and about on that one. And it is VLC 1.1.11, the luggage. There we go, 2011. So things have progressed nicely on that. I do want to see other stuff. We have Bleach Split in there, of course. Conqueror, Midnight Commander. Under graphics we get Digicam and GIMP we'll load up the GIMP. Let's see what version of the GIMP we were playing with a year later. As you can see, it opened up a lot quicker than the previous one. And we're still at 2.6.11. Yeah, there was a while where GIMP progress had actually stagnated a bit. Of course, we've got the K info sensor, so let's bring that up, who tell us a bit more about the KDE. We've jumped to 2.6.38.8, so it's the 8th iteration, and you can see it's a KDE 4.6.5. The install setup will be the same as it was for the previous install. I won't go through that again with you, but I will show you some other stuff. We have Case Snapshot and Ocular now, as well as Digicam. On the internet, we've already just seen Firefox, but we also had Pigeon and Thunderbird and XRRC. And we have this Synaptic Package Manager there with Deep Clean GUI, which is an excellent thing, and a LibreOffice Manager. Do we have LibreOffice installed? No, we don't. So it came without LibreOffice, but that was the manager to download it off. So let's go into System Settings, and you can see the old KDE 4's setup there, where we can set up desktop effects and so on. So we can apply that. I don't think it will probably work. Oh, it has. And then hasn't. Okay, that's fine. That's probably because I haven't gave it enough video memory. So that's the look of the 2011 PCLinuxOS. This is 8 years ago. The password being root, of course. We had a new splash screen. As you can see, the icons have changed in the PCLinuxOS control center. I think it's got tidied up very nicely, I think. Now, if you see the help and about here, you can see the copyright the 1999 2008. That was the authors back when Mandrake had this control center. It hasn't actually printed up any, no, it hasn't. So that hasn't been changed yet. So there you have it. This is the PCLinuxOS 2011. And I'll just click out of that for a moment. Oh, it's saving file execution. That doesn't really matter. And I'll bring up, and I'm going to do another new, and we'll have a quick look at 2012. Let's bring that all together. It thinks it's hilarious. I think it's having a giggle. I'm not going to be installing this again, but that's fine. Or that 32-bit. And we'll just increase the memory to a gig of RAM. They all run under a gig of RAM, even the latest ones. Yeah, 8 gigabytes of thingy, just need to create that. Now we'll go into settings here. Now we can leave that as it is. Display, I will run the display up a bit. I'll leave it on SVGA again. It seems to be happy last time. All we have to do then is insert an ISO. So where is Mr. 2012? That's 10. I do not have 2012, or am I missing it? I thought I had downloaded 2012. I may be mistaken. No, I was thinking of the, yeah. Okay, looks like we're going for the 2013, which is the last old ISO I've downloaded apart from, bear with me here, I should have a 2015 Trinity, which I do, which I'll be doing something with soon. So we'll load this up first. Anyway, 2013, we'll open that, and we'll go back to general, and we'll just rename this 13, it won't matter, and click OK, and we'll click start. Okay, so 2 years have passed, and we have this wallpaper and nice little insignia at the top there. Of course, this is still a System V operating system. As mentioned in the previous video, we do not have a System D. So I've just pressed escape. As you can see, it's welcome to PCLinuxOS. And new dev has been implemented. I think it got implemented a couple of years previous, I didn't check. And you can see it's starting the Hell Demon. Hell was the previous, but it was started there because it was needed for certain programs to work. So in 2013, I again will choose the UK keyboard. And we have a new splash screen. For the desktop, which is KDE yet again, and Dobby the ball in the middle. Dobby the bell is the PCLinuxOS mascot. People have been wondering what it is, and there you go. Okay, so now we've got PCLinuxOS KDE up here. We've got the live CD password information, the install, and a little tune. Okay, yep. Still me that again, username and password is root and root, which is very cool. And for some reason I've lost mouse on the screen. No, I haven't. I'm just being a bit too impatient. So this time we got all the menus here. KDE for help. We have LibreOffice 4 installed this time, along with a lot of other applications. Algebra K-Star Step, a physical stimulator there. Console root, finance is KMyMoney. We have the Oracle VirtualBox installer, and we got VirtualBox installed at the box. I am not quite sure, but we'll see. I'm not going to do an inception, but yes, we do. And the version of VirtualBox when this was around is 4.2, and we're now on 6. I'm going to have to look, aren't I? Well, no, we're on 6.0.12. Okay, that's very cool. So yeah, it came with VirtualBox literally out the box. Apologies. Not sorry. So we have that. Again, we have Dolphin, and I will bring Dolphin up and I will go helping about. And we're on 4.10, so an increasement there of 0.4, so it's 4 iterations of KDE 4 at this point in time. Very nice. Let's have a look around some more stuff. Let's start at the top here. We got the configuration tools. I mentioned that we do have the ATI Catalyst for those with ACI cards. At that time, NVIDIA started hiding their display tool, configuration tool, until it picked up that you was actually using NVIDIA tools. We have the notifier now, the Qt update notifier. Rudy MBR is still there. Of course, the installer is there, which is the one we know and love today, with small differences. Nothing really to pick up on that I haven't picked on before. Of course, we've got LibreOffice Base, a Condo Console, an Icon browser. We have some education games, K-Brunch, K-Hamman, Blinken, Marvel, used to like that Marvel, K-Stars, etc, etc. Emulators, K-My-Money, monitoring is KDisk3, Neapolis, which started a couple of years previous, I believe. We have the HP device manager there for our HP printers and so on. Okay, under archiving, we have Arc, the archiving tool for KD3, K3B of course, Neomog P7zip or Q7z, which is a P7 zip tool. Let's have a look at the KD L sensor, as we know it's for, but we're on Linux 3.2.18 now, so that's very cool, which would have been the latest kernel for when this distro was released. Okay, on the editors we just have Kwrite, no Kate, that's interesting. Under file tools we got the Bleach Blitz, Dolphin Firelight Disk Usage, Conqueror, Midnight Commander, K-Rename, Local Text Search, and Sweeper, which is a system cleaner similar to BleachBiz. Games, we had a few of those as well. Bomber, an arcade bomber clone, Grantia, a Bomberman clone. The board games, K-Reverse Eye of course, K-Frontline, K-Bunkline, Bovo, a 5 in a row game. Polysol FC is on there, very cool. K-Patience. And it did come with a lot of stuff, as you can see. K-No, Battleships and so on, K-Atomic. Potato Guy and Hangman. Graphics. We got acquired images, we got Bert, never can't remember Bert, Digicam of course for your digital cameras. We have a lot, huge in batch processing, Inkscape was installed, K-Flitter, Panorama, it was stacked to the brim. We will go to GIMP as I've been doing all the way back from the early one. So we'll load up GIMP and see if GIMP actually moved any versions between the 2 years. And 2.8.2, I do believe that is newer, 2012, yeah. So yeah, there was an actual progress on GIMP. Very cool indeed. I'm not quite sure what people actually want to see here, but we have K-Snapshot, we've got Panorama, which makes panoramic images of course, K-Snapshot there, K-Flicker. On the internet we got a Festitude of Mozilla Firefox, which we touched on earlier I believe, or did we on this one? I cannot remember, but we will again anyway, it's not a big problem. So we'll go to help and about Firefox, and we're on 20.0. we didn't check on this one, but we're now up to 20.0 from 6 I think it was on the previous one. Someone may correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not exactly writing all this down. So we are now going to have a look at where else. under Office, Calibri Book Manager, KCalc, Euro Calculator, File Viewer of course, and we have the full LibreOffice suite, which is LibreOffice 4 at that point, and LibreOffice Manager, which is the update tool for LibreOffice, or to install it. And if I go down to LibreOffice for Word, processor there, LibreOffice Writer, we'll check out if it wants to load, that is. We'll check out the version number. Okay, LibreOffice is, let's have a look at that. 4.0.2.2. Okay, so now we know the version of LibreOffice installed in 2013. What other tools do we have here? We've been through internet and the sound. We got Clementine, a couple of PCLinuxOS only tools. These were FLV, MP4 player and audio converter. Will convert any audio file to any audio file. We had Dragon Player installed by default, as well as K9 copy, media info, the FLV MP4 player again, TV time, and VLC. TV time was an analog player of its day, and it's probably just kicked out because, yep, because I'm on a virtual machine, so it's probably just died, and that's very cool. So anyway, that is PCLinuxOS 2013. Now the only PCLinuxOS I've got later than that is the 2015 of my Trinity, which is probably the first Trinity I did. And what I'm going to do is install it. And then I'm going to update it. So there we go, 3.2.18 on the kernel. We will shut that down. Now press enter. Cool, so give me a second. I'm going to quickly pause this just while I just make up the VMware box for it. So VMware box, VirtualBox. Bear with me. Okay, I've made a quick VirtualBox up for it. I'll just go through the settings now. As you can see, I gave it 4 GB of RAM. I'm going to give it 2 processors because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. Display will be as is, but I will bung it up. Storage, yep. Need to hunt down that Trinity disk. And it's the Big Daddy, which is probably the first one I actually made. So we are going to boot off that. And the only reason I paused was just to save some time for you viewers. Okay, we got live CD. So anyway, we get to boot. was the older, it's my very first try at a community ISO. So anyway, as you can see, I used KXBRF and all that kind of business. I don't think extending this will do anything. No. Although I can go to 13. So let's do that. Okay, so. And I will install this. Use free space, blah blah. Just go through this bit. As you can see, the menu, the setup here, Drac Live install, hasn't really changed from 13 to, or from 2010 really. I'm going to skip that because it just saves time. And so I'll just pause, and this will take a bit longer than usual. Okay, we're at the bootloader stage. I've just hit enter for the next two screens as usual. Just waiting for this to load. The blank screen there always did disturb me. I liked it when it had previous ones, had the previous little box come up at the side in the earlier versions to say it was doing something, but my hard disk is flashing anyway. So let's log out of this and restart the computer. The reason why I'm doing this is because we've gone 2 years on, and as you can see, it was a 319 kernel there. Okay, so we shall reboot, and hopefully okay, booting the system. And it did used to corrupt on the screen in VirtualBox for some reason. Yeah, it's asking me for the usual stuff now, so bear with me while I just do this bit. I'm not quite sure whether it'll give me the correct time or not, but not worried about it. I will give myself my usual credentials here, more or less. Or I do present, or I do early present, or whatever. So we come to the start screen. It's before I've done all my own group screens, of course, GDM screens. So there we have it. We have an installed PCLinuxOS. I can turn it off, and yep, it's running distro. Okay, which is basically what I'm going to be doing, and I did give this screen as well, and maybe I should in future ones, and that is all good. So we'll actually want to change that. I want to remove that for a moment, and the reason is because that never used to play nice. So let's add it to a panel, and what I'm after is, once I find it, let's scroll down so I can actually see. Here's a TDE menu, there we go. We'll add that to panel. We'll move that over there. Oops. Close that. Now what I need is Snatic. And I'll put in my root password. I did notice KR and R tracing down here, but that is fine. So before I do anything else, like updating or anything else, let's go into mine's gone dead a minute. Yes, this is what I'm after. Console terminal program, of course, and let's see, it's 319.3 SMP on 64-bit, which is very cool. So I have Synaptic. I am going to hit reload. As you can see, it's downloading. All the sources there, and I have a couple there that's failed. So let me see what it is. Package list KDE. Okay. I'm sure if I go into repositories, and let's see what the KDE in XSCE4. The only other one I can't find is the mirror for, oh there it is, the TDE mirror. There's a mic. Okay, let's mark all the upgrades. Right, to be removed is FS current and so on and so forth. All this stuff is going to be grooved. All this stuff is going to be updated. All of it. Including a lot of Trinity stuff there, all the way down to there. So I'll mark that and apply. So we've got someone changed there. The X11 server hasn't been changed. Not quite sure why that is yet. Maybe we have to change that. All this stuff is going to be updated. And there is a lot of stuff there. 1144 packages will be updated, and we'll be installing some newer stuff. We'll click apply, and there's 1448 packages to be downloaded. This is going to take some time, so I am going to pause the video, because I don't think you want to be waiting 2 hours and 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, it's downloading 51 of 1048, and I was remiss about something here, that I didn't show the Trinity version. So let's open up a terminal, why not, and helping about Trinity, and we're on 14 dead. I said this was in 2015. So I thought I'd just on pause while Synaptic's still winging its way down there, and at this loading speed I've still got an hour and 50 minutes, 34 minutes there. Woohoo! Oh, good joy, let's go for it, shall we? And my internet does suck. So yes, we will we'll leave that to it, I think. So anyway, I'll be back in a couple of hours or less. So anyway, that gives me time to have a nice cup of coffee, I think. More than one. Anyway, I'll be back soon. We got about a minute to go. Welcome back. Well, for you it isn't welcome back. For me it's been 2 hours or so. Anyway, just finishing off, and hopefully it will install the relevant packages. If you remember, it did fail on a couple. Not a couple of packages downloading. We're still downloading those just fine. but we'll see. It says it could not retrieve from the server. I'm going to click no because I don't know what was. Of course we got an issue there, but luckily we're quite lucky in that we can find out what it did miss. So if I mark up the upgrades to remove them, blah blah blah, we'll click apply and apply again and see what it missed. It seems to have just missed one package, which was cups. Why it didn't come down the first time, I do not know. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was watching YouTube and stuff while this was doing this. So anyway, and there we go, it's applying changes. And this may take time, but we'll go along for the ride anyway. After all, there was 1,548. And it seems I have run out of disk space. So, oh joy. If I have, I will check. Just bear with me a moment. That's configure panels. Let me minimize this. Who says anything's going to run smoothly when you're doing videos, eh? Let me have a look here. Yeah, available only 3 gig. So what I will have to do is a bit of creativeness here. Now we know that the stuff's already saved in Snapchat under cache, so I don't need to download all that again. But what I will do, and I will return soon, is adjust some stuff. And the way we do that is like the following. We'll log out of here and we'll turn off the virtual machine just for a second there. And this is my fault for not giving it enough space, of course. So go to settings here. Snaps and leg shots. No, that isn't exactly what I wanted. What I am after actually is the tools. Now you can probably hear there's a little party going on not far away. I don't know if you can actually hear it or not. But that's okay as well. Oh, that's what I was after at the top there. So tools. Not quite what I was after again. But that is what I'm after. And I'm after the Trinity one. Now where is it amongst this? Actually, what did I call that? Trinity 2015, I found it now. And we'll increase that to say 30 gig. We'll apply. Go back to our welcome screen. I need to click on the 2015. Let's see if I have a big enough disk this time. I need to choose a disk image, which will be that one, and I will start off it. We will switch to zoom mode, which is what I was using. And we'll boot into a live environment, and hopefully I did have gparted installed, and I'll be able to hopefully increase the size. As evidently I didn't give it enough size to update all the stuff. Someone is definitely having some fun. Oh, bless them. I know it's midnight, and if I was up for work tomorrow I'll be a bit, but my bedroom is further away. So anyway, well, just allow it to log in there. I don't know why I did that, but still. I will click the start button here, and this was the old menu system if you remember rightly. Let's close all that. I think it's under systems, GDM. Did I indeed install gparted? If not, I'm going to try and have to do it another way. Remember, this was my very first install, so okay. Let's go into local disks, manage disk partitions. Let's have a look here. We have disk SDA here. And empty. Okay, so if we can, we will swap, isn't it? There is no move. Oh, hang on, can I toggle? We can view, we can do types, we can do options, and we can resize, but it looks like I cannot move the file system over. Okay, but what I can do though is let's just close this VM just for a minute, and we'll choose another optical drive. Let me see here. Nothing from there will do. So let me choose something a bit more modern, just for now. That will load fairly quickly. And one that I think has open box. No, oh yeah, just did I do it on 2D minis? I know I'm just talking to myself at the minute because I cannot remember for the life of me which of these ISOs will open up on my T1. It won't matter. I'm just after gparted without having to install it, of course, as I'd have to try and update the whole and I can't update that in RAM. Update live CD of 1500 packages is not going to be fun. So anyway, my apologies for this. This is my bad on my part. And I'm not waiting another 2 hours for me to download a lot of packages. So I'm hoping I can do it this way. So let's see if we have in configuration. Gparted we do. So let's load up gparted, and as you can see here. Okay, so this here, or rather this here, I can move. So let's move it. Okay, looks, oh, okay, probably me. No, let me cancel that just for a minute. And I cannot move that either. This is only the home partition, I know, but still. No, I don't want to move that. I want to move that, please. No, okay, we'll have to make that grow a bit and then see if I can shrink it that way. No, I can't. I'm a bit of trouble here, people. So what I can actually do, being as everything's on the SDA there, I can just redo home. Okay, so this is going to be a bit. Let's undo that. We'll delete that. And we'll delete that. And we'll, no, don't delete that part. We'll delete this part. Thank you. We'll delete that. We've got all that there. We have this here, which we can move. Well, resize, I hope. Yeah, we'll do that there. And then we'll create not a primary but a logical or extended partition, I should say. We'll add that, and inside there we'll create our swap that we had before. Swap, add, and here we'll create a new partition. We'll add that, and we will format that to X4, and we'll format that to swap, and we'll click apply. And you'll have to bear with me, this may take a while. What I will do next is actually log into root and set up my username password again, which will be perfectly fine because I didn't actually touch anything on I didn't actually touch anything in home, did I? I only logged into it, which is fine. So I can actually create a new home folder, not a problem at all. Now this is my own fault for being such a twonk and not just saying use the whole disk for whatever. So anyway, I'll come back after this is finished. Okay, everything's completed successfully, so it's telling me. So I will close down gparted. And I'll reboot the system. Thank you, Marte, for letting me use your gparted. Much appreciated. So remember, I've got to log in as root, and then I've got to remount it as home. Okay, we're back here. just bear with it while it boots. Or at least I hope it boots after me messing about with the older file system now. If not, I'm going to have to reshoot this video. Which is fine. But I'm unsure at the moment what is actually happening. All I have is a blank cursor, so now something is happening because the hard disk is actually doing something. Oh, and we're back, and it's asking for my password, but I'm not going to do that because I haven't got home present set up. So to do that, I am going to reboot into this here, and yes, I did have an install PCLinuxOS icon on there, which is stupid because there's no thing anymore. So I need PPC. I need to go to local disks this time, manage disk partitions, and I need the main point of home. And to mount that, and done. Do I read? Yes, please. That part is done. I now need to, oh sorry, I didn't mean to close that so quickly. I need to manage users and remove user. We'll delete it anyway, but it doesn't exist, and we'll just create that back up. Now, if I'm doing this on my real system, I would have backed up home well before I've done anything with gparted or deleted any partitions. It would have been backed up. So we're back there, and hopefully we can continue to update the system. Okay, we'll mark all upgrades as we've done before. Now we'll click apply and click apply, and since everything has already been downloaded, installed, hopefully we should get the installation underway of the new packages. I do apologise for the noise outside, but you can see we're going from 14.0.0 to 14.0.6. Remember, this is installing 1548 packages. I think I've mentioned that a few times before, but it's actually to remind myself as well. And we'll see how it does at the end of this. If you notice, I haven't actually had to touch anything of the command line to do any of this. I could have used parted or just tools like that to extend the file system and so on. We'll see how it goes. And I just want to see if anybody can actually do this on download. I may even have a go at this in a future video, using various other ISOs of rolling release and see how many years they can update to, if that's at all possible. Now it's going to need a reboot after this, for obvious reasons. The kernel itself I don't think I asked to update. So we'll still be on the old 3 kernel. So, I hope you are having a very pleasant Sunday evening or Monday morning. And yes, I did goof up a little bit, but that's okay. I don't really edit my videos, so what you see is what's actually happened. I didn't give myself enough disk space, and that's an oops on me. And I may have to do a hard shutdown as well, being as there's a new Trinity going over. I don't know if they managed to break the old or the new ones here. We are expecting the new Trinity to come along soon. It's probably be 14.0.7, but we'll see. I did install a lot of stuff when I made this first ISO. I went a bit gung-ho and installed like language packs and all that kind of stuff that the end user could have downloaded anyway. But I thought I was helping. I was quite pleased with this release, to be honest. It looked nice. Now just start bar down there like looks a bit strange now. We're nearly, well, just over halfway, aren't we? It's nice wishing I had my speakers back here. Actually I don't, because that would just upset everybody. The track tool's going over, new video current. Which may not build on the old kernel, but that's fine. Excuse me a moment if you hear some rustling, it's just me grabbing my coffee. Yes. Oh, I'm on the leather settee and the microphone's quite close to it. So, let's make sure I am recording the audio here. VirtualBox and VirtualBox. And yes, I am. That's okay. Oh, I was just making sure. Oops, seems to have lost the desktop. There we go. Okay, K-Zone came out. Lane plugins for K3B. And the I already put the kitchen sink into this. Even put the Optimus driver in, although I'm not quite sure the validity of it. But switch the Optimus driver is to switch between the built-in Intel and dedicated NVIDIA on some laptops, and I heard some desktops. I'm not quite sure about that, but mainly used in laptops for low power use would use the Intel, and when you wanted something with a bit more grunt for playing games, it would neatly swap over to the NVIDIA driver. So, there we go, bringing things up nice and up to date. Of course, if anybody wants me to review an older version of PCLinuxOS, I will do my endeavour best to do that if I can find which you are looking for. I've only done a quick overview on number 1 and on this, although both videos will be about an hour-ish long, I imagine. Yes, I even brought over Swedish support here on our good day, and Spanish. I know you can see what's going on screen, so why am I commenting on it? I do not know. But when I made this first ISO, my other ISOs, although larger, I mean this was only a 1.2 gig ISO back in 2015, my ISOs now are 2 point something, and I'd like to get it back to the old size, but alas. Of course I can use Bleach Split afterwards to clear out the size of the repo that I've managed to download. I just felt like I have downloaded the PCLinuxOS repo and installed it. And even my fans are kicking in now. One for wine, Wine Gecko, and Wine 64, which was used for playing Linux, of course, which I had pre-installed on the original Trinity. There's probably another couple of packages to go over. You can see that the menu bar at the bottom keeps refreshing. That's because of KBFX. I'm going to have to I remove that from later issues now because it just drives people nuts. and the original start menu is fine anyway. It does its job, although it doesn't do things in the order of other PCLinuxOSs. And if I try to replace the menu system on my own, it kind of breaks a couple of things. So I have that to figure out, but I'm not going to be doing that for the next release, I don't think. And something is happening because my hard drive on the laptop, although you can't see it, I can see the little indicator is flashing away. So it looks like nothing's happening on screen, but in reality it is. I didn't know about a party going on, but that's fine. I wasn't expecting to get invited or anything. It's new neighbours, probably housewarming. That's fine. Okay, so we have new messages. I'm just going to close that because that's fine. And I may have to reboot this by hand. So see. Okay, root and restart the computer. Oh no, it's actually going to do it for me. You can see the background wallpaper has changed. And we'll boot. Excuse me. Do apologise about that. I had a bit of a sneezing fit there. So anyway, this is on its boot. We'll see what happens. And see whether I can get to that group screen, sorry, GDM screen, and see if I can log in. So, we just wait for this to boot, which is taking an awful long time, I must admit. I'm not quite sure what she's doing. But the hard drive is flashing again. So hopefully soon I'll have a desktop up. Or some kind of GUI, which I do. And I should be able to log in. Notice that the GDM theme had also changed there. So we'll log into Trinity as is. Now I said the only thing I haven't changed is the kernel. So now we're on new Trinity, old kernel. Lovely job, Lee. Okay, sensors is having a go there. And the Trinity Help Center and their own release. This is because I made a new user and it recognises that fact. and I can actually go to 1366x768. I'll accept that configuration, and if I go host C, I believe, there we go, we're at the resolution of 1366x768. And as you can see, all the games, Plain Linux Steam, yes, Steam is actually there, and I don't know if it will work as advertised on here. If it does, I may find out how I installed Steam before. In fact, I'll cancel that, and yeah. Internet, we're back on. We should have an up-to-date browser now. But also I should reboot twice. Yeah. Show my PCLinuxOS desktop there under Firefox. It should be new and improved from what it was before, although I didn't actually say what it was before, did I? But that's absolutely fine, because we're on 69.0.2. So what I'm going to do now, excuse me, there's a load up Synaptic here. I'm going to do a second reload, because this should have new packages. And so there's new upgrades now. There is. And I can apply that, and what's unchanged? X11 server. That's fine. There must be some reason why it's leaving X11 server behind. After this we can update the kernel. Just a couple of minutes or so for that to install, and it should be a completely up-to-date system. So if you do download an older version of PCLinuxOS, I've used my Trinity obviously, but you could have done this with any other 64-bit PCLinuxOS and had the same outcome, where it boots, it just works. And although it was my mistake not having enough disk space, that is absolutely down to me. I remedied it without having to hit a GUI tool, a CLI tool. I didn't hit once the command line. I managed to fix it all within the GUI. And people say Linux is hard. I would like to see you do this on a Windows machine. What I was saying, that Windows does have a nasty habit of just taking everything anyway. So we'll install these. Though I mean, now we'll need to reboot after installing these couple of packages. We've got about 30 seconds before, well, 33 seconds. Before it installs these two packages, the oxygen icons. What differences in the icons are, I do not know. Okay, since they've gone inside now from their little chat outside, which is very cool. Okay, that's that done. So look, kernel, and the latest kernel is 5.2.15. However, if I go to repositories and go testing. Oh, it's KDE 5, it has been updated. And we want to test repository, of course, and reload that. We can see where we are 5.3.2 in the test, so we can rely on that. And it will also remove DKMS 304 and NVIDIA 304 because it is incompatible with this kernel. So if you need to use an older kernel, we do have them, 4. That one there, or happily you work with the older kernel. So we'll apply that. In fact, I'll cancel that and mark all possible upgrades. Yes. Mark them, apply. So it's a multi-stage update, but you got to remember I have just updated 4 years, 4.5 year old operating system to its present day. This will be like you installing Ubuntu 15.04 and installing 19.10 without having to remove your stuff. Now I did have to remove my stuff on this, but as you can see it's still using the same wallpaper, same transparencies. It remembers everything, nothing was upset really. I hadn't done nothing with the desktop though, and if I had I would have had to back it up because I am a plonker. So anyway, we've got a couple of minutes before the kernel's updated, and yeah, this is going to be more or less my run. So the kernel's definitely changed its size, and if I show you, yes, I did make mistakes in the past, just like that, but I want to show you var log. No, not var log, is it? It's var cache and apt and archives. Oh, it did remove all the other ones. That's excellent. Okay, that's fine. I was worried that it left all the old packages behind, but no, it cleaned it up very nicely. Well, at least I think it has. And we will see. So we shall be doing this for another 49 seconds. At least. and the new kernel's getting installed. Which is very cool. So, okay. Just to minute that Microvic Club 2 wasn't found. Oh, that's for the 304, that's fine. So, we'll reboot. And we'll reboot into the new kernel. This should be the top one there. And it will, of course, try and install the kernel modules. But whether she does or not, we'll see. Because I'm using a newer kernel, a testing kernel. I'm not expecting everything to install as is. But we will find out. The baby switch seems to be happy. Let's see what Broadcom does. And that failed, but never mind. I say never mind, but it's so good because it is an old Trinity 15 kernel module anyway, and I wasn't expecting to build against a 5.3 kernel. And this is a big old module to build. Of course, the future PCLinuxOSs will have NVIDIA built in, and I have was built in on the September ISOs for Plasma Mate, XFCE, Trinity, and I think my OpenBox. Or OpenBox Mini, not sure which. I do have to release some updated ISOs. I will be also installing all the NVIDIA goodness. The ATIs I am not worried about as they're in the kernel anyway. At least I think they are. Of course, if this kernel fails, which it hasn't so far, let's just check if it's new hardware. There we go. And we're back in rightfully in. And we're in rightfully in. Oops. There we go. And as you can see, we're back again. So, updated with the latest kernel that I could find, including Steam, which was probably in an RPM back in 2015 but isn't now, which is interesting. And I say it is interesting because I'd like to know if I can find the RPM for that. in the PCLinuxOS and see if I can fix things. So anyway, next job I'm going to do actually on this is remove that, because that's just driving me nuts. And we will add, like we did 3 hours ago for me, but probably about an hour ago for you, is the Trinity menu, the TDM menu. We'll move that over. Oops. My fault. Been a bit presumptuous on myself there. There we go. And can we lock the panels from here? We can. Okay. So now we have the old stuff there. As you can see, everything's been updated rather nicely, including control center and so on. There's the control center. And so I think that's us done. Anyway, thank you for watching. Happy birthday again to PCLinuxOS. Apparently it's October 24th is the official birthday. 16 years. 16 years. And I hope you enjoyed our little journey together. Over 2 videos, including updating a 4.5-year-old ISO. Admittedly, it is one of mine. I couldn't find a KDE from 2015 or a Mate or whichever. If I had done, I would have done it with that, to be honest. And the outcome would have been the same. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care, and I will see you soon. And if you like what you've seen, please put a thumbs up. If you haven't, thumbs down, and enjoy.